That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. My name is Marlon Weeb. I am your host today, and welcome to a special edition of Choice Cuts, where we are going to dive into the trailer and how I made some of the gameplay shots in the trailer and how you can do this as well. And I'm going to show you how to use special dev tools and other things that we are going to allow everybody to use to make their own footage from the game. I just kind of wanted to show the trailer. So all these shots, these are all in-game. These are all using the in-game timeline. This stuff is cinematics. This stuff here is cinematics. But all the gameplay shots, this is obviously in-game. This stuff's obviously in-game. These shots are taken in-game as well. I just set up things in a certain way. And I did on Twitter, I was showing some GIFs as to how I set everything up. So for example, this shot right here, which is at the very beginning of the trailer, is literally just a simple timeline. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. Simple timeline where I set up these two mechs to do a melee attack, and then I just made sure that the attack was at the end of the timeline when the time starts to slow down again. So that we kind of get that slow down effect. And here's a good shot of showing the destruction capabilities. I had to set up a crazy setup here with tanks to like take down this building, and I had a dummy mech or tank in the back kind of going back and forth just to make sure that that building would go down in one turn. I'm going to be showing you how I did this stuff using the timeline, and we have things like a spawn tool that we're going to be opening up for everybody to use. So the first thing is going to get a little technical. We're gonna have to do a little bit of file moving around and stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm using a custom build, but this folder should look, if you navigate to your Epic Games folder where you have everything installed and you find the Phantom Brigade folder, it should look like this. And the other folder that we're going to need to look at is all the save games go into your documents, my games, and Phantom Brigade, and you'll see something similar to this. If you don't see the settings folder, then all you have to do is launch the game and then tweak some of the settings and apply them, and then you'll get this settings folder. So we're going to need that for later. Yeah, dev secrets revealed. Yeah, the cool thing about Phantom Brigade 2 is that the devs are opening everything up. Like, tons of stuff is going to be customizable in just like plain text, that sort of thing. So you're going to be able to play around with it a lot. There's already a modding channel in the Discord, so if you want to talk to some of the team about your ideas, they're very active in there. So please check that out. So yeah, what we want to do to enable these dev tools is you want to go into configs, and then I believe it was data and settings, and you'll find a file called debug.yaml. And so what you want to do is you want to copy that and dump that into and paste it into the my documents, my games, Phantom Brigade settings folder. We're just going to use Notepad. It is just a plain text file, and it has this stuff in here. And all you want to do is turn this to true, developer mode. Boom. Now you have dev tools. And the other thing you want to do is turn combat saves on, because when you're taking footage, you definitely want to save during combat so that you can reload and play the same thing over and over and over again. The other thing that developer mode will do is turn on Gamepad camera controls, which is very important for getting those kind of smooth camera movements, that sort of thing. The dramatic music with File Explorer, yes. Welcome to File Explorer. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to, now that we've turned on developer mode, going to go back into the build folder, and then we're going to launch the game. Now if we start a new game, so once you enable the dev mode, you'll be able to press 9, and you'll get a bunch of dev tools at the top here, including getting supplies, adding hope, filling your inventory, and some test scenarios. Actually, let's go to one of those maps. I'll show you how to get to it. So first thing you have to do is you have to actually click on a settlement or something in the world, and then you click on test scenarios. And then there's a bunch of test scenarios here, but the one that I use in the trailer is called Promo Railyard. And this immediate just means that you don't get a chance to change your mech's loadout, that sort of thing. It'll just dump you into it. When it says deferred, that means you'll get a chance to pick which mechs you want to put in there. But I think the Promo Railyard comes with a set of set mechs. So let's just hit deploy and go there. So here we are at the rail yard, and here you can see this is where I took the shot of the melee. We got a couple of mechs here. So yeah, DevTools also unlocks gameplay mode. So I'm just using a regular 360 controller. So as long as you have your controller plugged in, you'll have control. And right stick is for camera rotation, and the left stick is for controlling panning. Okay, before there was some joystick controls here so that you could like lower the move sensitivity for the gamepad. They must have taken that out because the gamepad is not officially supported. I wonder if we can access that via the settings. Let's see. Aha! Found it! Look at that. Okay, so check it out here. So input gamepad look sensitivity horizontal. I'm just gonna guess here. Basically what I like to do is I like to lower the sensitivity pretty far for gamepad, and that way you can kind of get like smooth motions when you're recording. So I'm gonna try 0.25 because this is what I put it as when I was taking the footage before. We'll see, and I put this all down to 0.25, and I'm gonna save that. Might need to. Wonder if that. Yeah, that's probably not going to apply. I'm probably going to have to restart. So if you get this little thing up here, okay, it still works. So for all of you who are playing Phantom Brigade Early Access, if you get this little thing up here, that means something bad happened. And I wonder if it's because I fiddled with the settings. And you can press F11. And this can help us, if you take screenshots of this and send it to the forums, that sort of thing, it can help us figure out what's going on. Because this is basically like a console output sort of thing, so we can tell what's going on before you got the error. Okay, it must have been the settings file, so I'm going to close this. Yay for debugging live. And let's just do 1, because maybe it's doing something strange here. Okay. Actually, I'm going to turn the music back on. Yes! This is some settings music. Here we go. But let's see if this works. Then we do the thing where we click on an overworld entity, and then we press 9 on the numpad. And then here we have test scenarios, so we're going to click on that. And again, you don't have to do this test scenarios thing. You can just go to a normal combat. I just found that this was a bit easier. And we're going to go to the rail yard. And here we go. Oh yeah, I'm going to turn off the sound. Usually when I do capture audio, I always turn off the music. Even though the music is awesome in this game, I couldn't listen to any of it because the audio edit had to be done in post. So you just want the game audio when you're doing this kind of trailer stuff. So we got this working. Gamepad, aha, yes. Okay, so 1 worked on the settings. So I have the gamepad settings as 1, so it's a little bit smoother. I find it really hard to do these kinds of things, like when you push the joystick just a little bit, because I find it's really hard to get like a consistent movement. Okay, other things you need to know for the joystick is that the triggers do zoom in, zoom out, and bumpers switch units, I believe, and the A button confirms the turn, which is really handy because we haven't set anything up yet. This asking for a confirmation. So let's try to recreate this. Okay, so if we press numpad 9 in combat, we get a bit of a different dev panel. Here we have, oh yeah, don't click on these ones because these are for tutorial. These are for testing cutscenes. If you want to like watch the cutscene, I guess you can click on that, but it might mess up your, because it takes place in a different map and stuff, it might mess up if you're not in the tutorial scene. But here you can actually mess with like the slow-mo time factor. You can also turn on no damage, no heat, and enemy control. Enemy control is really handy because then you can really set up like where you want your enemies to go, that sort of thing. And there is one bug that I think the team is working on where sometimes this, when you load a game, this thing is grayed out. All you have to do is click on an action and then cancel it, and then it'll get back to normal. But yeah, now that we've clicked all these things on, we can control enemy. We can control the enemy, and we don't have to worry about damage or heat. There's a couple other things that you can use up here. Reset AI, automatic victory, automatic defeat. The other really important hotkey that I use all the time is plus on the numpad, and that gets rid of all of the UI. Let's set up... Okay, let's get rid of all these actions and set something up from scratch. Just gonna move this guy out of the way. I'm gonna move this one to where the starting point was before. And then we're also gonna use the numpad 7, which brings up this handy spawn tool. This is very handy. Here you can pick from a bunch of different stuff to just spawn at the spot. So the way that this works is you put your cursor where you want something to spawn, hit 7, and then you can see there's the red circle, and that's where a unit's going to spawn. And so basically what I want to do is I want to set up that melee video, or that melee shot. So I need one invader and one brigade, because you have to be on opposing teams to actually engage the attack. So what we want to do is we want to press this button here to change to phantoms. And then, let's see here. There's a bunch of different stuff here. Man, there's a lot. And so they'll all come with different loadouts and liveries and that sort of thing. Let's just go with... Oh yeah, let's go with... oh, we need one with melee. You can also edit these ones as well. I can show you where these go. It gets a little bit more complicated editing these ones, but let's try. I think one of the strikers is melee. No. Okay, well let's just reverse it so that this enemy is the one doing the attack, and then the brigade is the one getting hit. Okay, let's do that instead. So I'm gonna have this one move over here. And we're just gonna hit go, play out the turns so that everybody moves into position. Slow-mo time factor, yes. We're actually working on making that not behind a dev tool thing, because people love some slow-mo. Can you execute with the hot button? Yes. Enter is a hotkey on keyboard, and then if you're using the gamepad with the dev tools, then it's just A button. So not quite in position yet, so we'll just hit go one more time. All right, everybody's in position. All right. So what I did with the melee one too is that you can hit spacebar to initiate slow-mo anytime, even without dev tools to engage the slow-mo. But what I found was easiest for me, because I don't like having to try to mess with too many buttons while I'm recording footage, So I found it easiest just to like make the melee happen right at the very end of the turn, so that because the last like half a second slows down itself automatically, so I can use that to my advantage. So it kind of worked something like, let's see. Oh, also, pro tip: if you're doing this, save often. Save often. Setup. Basically what I would do is I would create a save once I kind of got things sort of in place. Okay, so we want to go like, actually, let's have this guy move first. We're gonna have him run straight ahead, and I want him to connect right about there, so might need to get him to wait a little bit. So let's wait a bit. Wait a bit more. And then run. So we want the... that's maybe a bit too much. So this is why I save too, because I want to... once I figure out... it takes a couple times to figure out exactly what works, and then I have to like save and reload. So melee will probably start right about there, so that's probably a good position. So let's position this one. Go there. There. Oh, this might not work because... oops. Yeah, it's too close to the building, so I have to go back into this one and then get him to move out a little bit. And then wait a bit. And okay, this is a little bit exaggerated. Okay, so we want to run here. Let's see if it'll work. Okay, this works. It's not quite at the end, so I'm gonna have wait a little bit there. Let's see. Yeah, that's not quite okay. And again, see, this takes a long time just to like. This took me a long time to figure this stuff out and like get one shot in. It can take hours to just do one shot. Okay, that's pretty close. Okay, what I'm gonna do is save this again. So invader, melee, setup 2. So usually I save just before I test something out, so that if it does work, then I can reload that and then progress from there. Or well, and also because if you hit play, then you're gonna lose all your progress, so you want to have it saved before you hit play. Okay, so I'm gonna hit execute. We'll see how this works. See, it happened a little bit too soon, so I have to, or actually the melee happened a little bit too late. So what I need to do is reload my last save. So we need this melee to happen a little bit sooner. I wonder if we can do... okay, that's out of range now. So I waited too long. Let's wait maybe just a tiny bit. Oh, it's too tiny. Okay. And then walk a little bit. And then melee? No, too far. Oh, that's weird. Okay, I don't need to walk that far. That might work. Strange that the melee thing didn't appear at that time. Okay. So since the last one didn't work, I'm going to overwrite the save. And let's try this. So of that mech weights. Boom! There we go. Okay, that worked pretty good. This mech went flying a little bit more. See, then you can see it because it's at the end of the turn, all this stuff hovers in midair, and then we hit plus on the numpad, and now we can start taking some screenshots of stuff. Get right in there. Yeah, I love this trail. I did take, so then now you can use a gamepad, and you can if you want to just do some like, sometimes I'll just do like kind of like matrixy frozen in midair. If you just like kind of slowly move the camera around like this, like that. So that can work. Okay, so now that we have that ready, I'm going to load this, save again. Yes, those effects. Yeah, our effects guy Aaron is doing a fantastic job. Okay, so now we know that this works. So basically what I usually do, once I know that a position works, then I'll start recording stuff. I'll press plus on the numpad to turn off the UI, and then I'll use the gamepad, and then just hit A. And sometimes the confirmation thing pops up in the background. All you have to do is just hit A again. So sometimes you can hear that. You can hear the sound in the background, like that, whoosh, or you can disable the UI there. You hit A, and here we go. I kind of missed that one. So usually it takes a couple turns to reload. Load that back up. Yeah, spacebar does engage the slow-mo, so you can do that in the middle of a turn you want. But right now, I'm using the end of the turn to kind of help me so that I can focus on the joysticks while the things are going. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention is that when you save a game, it actually saves the state of the camera itself. So if I'm starting here, for example, then it's usually good to save over that one just so that you don't have to make as many movements next time. Okay, so then all you have to do is load the game, hit A twice. Here we go. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah, so I would have been recording that and then use that footage for the trailer. Usually it takes many takes. Mech dab, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the one that in the trailer definitely looks like he's like sliding like that for sure. Yeah, Haven, yeah, it auto pauses because it's next turn. Yeah, so that's kind of the basics of how I do it. The cool thing about this game is, yeah, because there's this timeline mechanic, is that you can really use that to your advantage and really like plan out all kinds of different stuff. Here we can do another one. Let me show you how I set up the destruction one. So one thing to note, because again, Phantom Brigade is early access. One thing to note is that the destruction in the map at this time right now doesn't save properly. So that's why I had to, in the trailer, I had to make sure that the destruction happened all in one turn. So that way I can just it's easier for me to just keep reloading and then try it again, that sort of thing. So here, let's set up a destruction one here. Basically what we want to do is, oh, and also, I believe you can do this now, is if you want to attack, so normal attacks, you usually have to focus on a unit, but I think if you press Control, you can aim at a spot on the ground. So if you hold down Control and aim at a spot on the ground. So in that other gift shot, you saw me using the tank in the background to move back and forth. That's one way to do it. But you can't just aim at a point in the ground. Okay, here, let's do fully spawn a bunch of units to see if we can destroy this thing here. So again, once your dev tools are enabled, 7 on the numpad will spawn a unit where your cursor is currently. And keep an eye on what color this UI is up here, because that'll be important. Because the target here is a Phantom, and it's easier for opposite teams to target each other. We want a bunch of invaders. So we want tanks. Actually, we could just use a couple like heavy mechs too. So why don't we do a Juggernaut? I think these are ones like Bert. Pretty sure. Oh, I think this one has a shotgun. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of guessing right now. But you can go into. Okay, actually, let's see. Can go into. So if you're in the games folder. So it's config data, decompose unit presets. So these are the ones that'll appear. As you can see, they're 1-to-1 here. And if we go into one, you can see that it's just plain text, and you can swap out the parts from one to the other. It's easiest just to like copy from one and paste another to see if it works. But we can just see. Okay, so the way that this actually works is I think there's this works on a tag system, and then randomizes based on that tag. So, oh yeah, here you can see this one has a specific. So it's right-handed, has a heavy handgun preset. Anyway, interesting things to look into there. Bert lives on. Okay, I'm just gonna guess for now. Let's try this one, and let's try this one. Are they all gonna have shotguns? Marksman rifle. Okay. we were looking for a heavy machine gun. Let's reload that. Let's try again. 7 on the numpad. What else we got here? How about a striker? What do we got for strikers? I think a striker is a light. Well, that one has a shotgun as well. Striker 1. Everybody's got heavy shotguns. Vanguard? Let's see. HMG. Here we go. Okay, Vanguard. That's the one we want. We're just going to try to destroy this building here. Okay, Vanguard. What do you got? HMG, perfect. Next one. Let's try Vanguard 1. Marksman rifle, okay. Vanguard 2. Light machine gun. Okay, let's try that. So basically we'll just go attack, and then aim behind the building, hold down control. And that way, they'll just attack the spot behind the building. And we'll try the marksman rifle too. And we will save the game. Building. Okay. All right, let's see how this goes. Okay, it's a little bit of damage, but not quite everything. So that's, I think I was right in having that mech in the background moving back and forth. That way they can aim at something and kind of spray those shots across the building. All right, so we're gonna make a dummy tank in the background here. So I press 7 on the numpad. Let me go to Phantoms, and let's bring out a tanks. Tanks are at the very bottom. There we go. And then let's just, put in a couple turns, back and forth, like that. And then let's redo these attacks, and then we'll get them to aim at the guy in the background. Oh no, not dash. And let's just keep going. And we have, on our dev tools, we have no heat, so we don't have to worry about heat right now. Normally, this would be bad. You'd be taking lots of damage. Let's just keep on that. There we go. And then actually, I'm going to get this. So when I was taking the shot, I had to time it so that they ran across right as this was happening. And then got them to... So if we watch the timeline, hopefully... Yeah, it's kind of aiming a little bit to the right of the building a little bit. So... Let's change this so that the tank goes a little bit more to that side. All right. That should work. Okay, we're gonna save that. I'm gonna save over the other one that I had. And let's just see how this goes. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, got the building to collapse. Nice. So I just need to make it. I just need to time it a little bit better so that. I just need to time it a little better so that mech runs past a little bit later. So you can either wait or we can just run across. Oh, here. Aha. Okay, so there's something still happening with this save load bug. That's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Oh, the other thing is that even though it looks broken, I think it's still, the building is still there. So if we hit play at this point, it will still get destroyed. So let's try that, hitting play again. Kind of worked. So yeah, if you are trying to capture stuff like that with the with destruction, the workaround I've found is just to restart the game. Yeah, so now if we load this building destruction, this should work. All right, so I'm gonna pretend like this is gonna be an actual capture. So I'm gonna hit plus on my numpad to remove that. Make sure my mouse is out of the way if I'm capturing this. And then I'm gonna hit A on the gamepad twice. that was pretty good. Pretty good. So yeah, that's how I do the destruction stuff. Destruction stuff can be tricky to capture for sure. But yeah. The other thing that I kind of wanted to show was how you can, if you go into your save folder, so that would be My Games, Phantom Brigade, Saves, you can actually see all the saves that you have made. And these are all the saves that I used for the trailer. There's a bunch of different stuff here. But say you have things set up the way you want, but maybe the mech colors aren't right, or if you wanted a different livery or something for some of the mechs. You don't have to set the whole, and you don't want to set the whole thing up again. Basically what you can do is, first we're going to find out, so this is our save, building destruction set. This is the one we just were using. And then if you go to units, here you have all the units that you have on the map. And we are using, okay. Which one is this? This is, because we spawned this one, it is unknown pilot. Okay. Should be able to figure that one out. So if you just start opening them up. So that's invaders. Okay, that's not the one. These are probably, yeah, that's also invaders. That's not the one. Also invaders. I think it might be this one. And then if you scroll down, you can kind of see all the systems. Like these are all the different parts, and you can just like swap in different things from other files, that sort of thing, if you want. Here you can see the preset for the left equipment. But what we want to try to do is change the livery. So, for example, here's one of the other characters in the game. The livery, livery is just default. I want to find some of the livery. Ah, here we go. Civ Industrial B. So that's the name of one of the livery. I think it's one of the. I think it might be one of these two, I believe. Okay, so this is our mech, and then basically all we have to do is parts, core, livery, and then we paste in Civ Industrial. And then I think this applies to all the different hard points underneath it, so you don't have to go through all these different ones. But you want to do that for the equipment and secondary. Okay, we're gonna try that, and then we just reload the game. Yep, there we go. That's how easy it is to change stuff in this game. Like you could just change that. If you're gonna play the game normally, I recommend not messing around with this, obviously. But it is very easy to change stuff in this game. The team has made it incredibly easy to modify stuff. So yeah. One thing that I did do for livery stuff in particular, I made a save. Here, let's actually load it. Where are my new mech colors? This should load on the overworld. Where are we? Here we go. What do our mechs look like? Oh yeah, here I made a couple mechs that are just very different and have quite a bit of different color variation. And then if we go into I think it was this one, new mechs color. So if you go into units, you can see here. Okay, not that one's default. There we go. So then, because it's saved, you can kind of go into the save file and actually see what the liveries are. So you can just copy this, paste it. You can also just copy, like, as long as it's the indents are the same, you can like copy paste that into other files and mess around with it. So yeah. That's kind of basics of how to do this stuff. If anybody has any questions, let me know. I think I'm just gonna play the game now. I don't think I have much else to discuss in terms of how to capture good footage and stuff. Maybe I'll just play the game, and then if we see a good shot, we'll try to get in there and get some footage. Shield up and run at them. Yeah, maybe let's do that with this next turn here. Space to Slowmo. Get that camera right in there. And now that we have dev keys, or the dev tools unlocked, we can use the gamepad. We can maybe do like a little spin around this thing. Oh, into the building. Oh, buildings. All right. Let's try this out. Shield up. Oh, he's going that way. All right, let's just run alongside. Take shots when we can. Shield up. Keep taking shots. All right, let's see how this goes. Slow. Oh, the tank's already crashing? Okay, so this is one of the things with Phantom Brigade, is that your plan may not go as planned. So now that this thing's crashing, it's not going to actually make it to where I had planned the mech to run to. So we're not actually going to be able to do a shield bash after all. Oh, and here comes the second mech. Okay. Are we still heavier than this one? I think the shield mech is still heavier than this one. Should we just Kool-Aid Man into both these ones? Shield up the entire time and Kool-Aid Man. Engage the Kool-Aid Man protocol. Let's try that. And let's get in here. Let's press plus on the numpad to get rid of that and hit A. So I'm just gonna make sure I use the spacebar. Oh, also, because we have the dev tools unlocked, we can actually mess with this a little bit. We can make the slow-mo go a little bit faster. Using the gamepad as a camera, trying to get some good shots. Oh, here we go. Body slam! Boom! Is he gonna go down that hole there too? Get wrecked. Oh, and this one. Oh, because I wonder if these bullets are gonna hit him. Please, please, please! Yeah! That was pretty great. That was pretty great. Thank you for the suggestion of using the shield slam. Pretty happy with how that turned out. Oh, look at that! His feet are even like. That's so crazy. All right, now what are we gonna do? Might as well take a shot. Point blank, from right there. So we're just gonna stand on either side of the pit, take shots at this guy till he's done. Okay, we'll see how that works. Okay, let's see how this goes. So hopefully this pit maneuver. Slow-mo. Oh, he's getting back up. Oh, there we go. All right, get back to the cinematic camera here. Boom! Oh yeah, there we go. Get right in there. Ow, ow. There goes his arm. Oh, I didn't quite finish him off. Oh, I did. Victory. The pit maneuver. All right, what do we get here? 20 seconds of real time. And lots of people are asking about a replay function, and that's something that the devs definitely wanted to get in. It is a difficult engineering challenge, so it'll be much later in the early access period that we might get something like that. But the game, like, people are already playing like insane hours of this game. Like, I think there was somebody who played like 120 hours of it already or something ridiculous. Wild. So there's already so much content in this game, and we're only gonna make it better. Alien Pickle, how did they early access this? As in, is it a partial campaign, just sandbox, what's left to be added? We do have like kind of a I believe the team we have like a rough skeleton of the entire campaign, but it's kind of like the minimum viable product kind of thing. So through early access, we're going to be adding more stuff, more content, that kind of thing. Because right now you can play all the way to the end capital, and there is like a end of the game, that sort of thing. So it is a full game, but through the early access, we're just going to be like fleshing it all out, adding more narrative events, more units, that sort of thing. So stay tuned for that. And if you haven't seen, I wonder if I can pull it up right here. Yeah, we can. So there's a roadmap actually in the game itself. So you can see we just did the early access release, and we're going to do monthly updates. I believe it's the third Tuesday every month. So this is going to be December's update, quality of life. Kind of just updating everything and making sure that the gameplay experience is smooth. Then we'll be doing more campaign updates, and then the arsenal updates, which will include lots of fun stuff, like extra melee missile weapons. The team keeps talking about this thing, like the ideas that they have for the missiles is going to be really cool. Like kind of that, you know, anime mech missile circus where the missiles kind of swarm around and stuff. That sounds really cool. Very excited for that. So this is just kind of the preview for the next 4, and we're going to be updating this every month. Stay tuned. Every month we'll be updating stuff on our Discord and YouTube whenever we do updates, and of course follow the Twitter. All right, just to end this off, just because we're kind of messing around here, let's do a mech dash into this one. See how that looks in slow-mo. I want to see what happens with that tank. Okay, that tank's just floating there. They both took a tumble there. Oh, this one's fine. Okay, this one must be a little bit heavier than that one. Oh, there he goes. All right. Go run over here. Let's get out the gamepad again. Maybe turn off the UI. Let's see if, oh, the tree is kind of blocking our view a little bit. Take the shot. Here it comes. Can we dash on top here? We can. I want to watch in slow-mo as this guy dashes up on top of this thing. Okay, let's see what happens here. Let's turn this off. Yeah, go! Nice. Oh, I love using the gamepad. There goes his arm. Oh, this is it. This is it. Oh, and the overheating mech in the foreground too. Whoa, his leg is going crazy there. Got him. Nice. Okay, that was pretty fun. All right, I think I'm gonna call it there. But yeah, you can kind of see how you can use the, just as a recap, you can kind of see how you can use the gamepad to control the camera. A button is to start your moves. Triggers are for zooming. It even works on the overworld map. Yeah, using numpad 9 to bring up the dev tools. You have some test scenarios here you can mess around with if you want to just get cool shots. Numpad 7 is for spawning things in combat. So yeah, have fun with that stuff. The devs loved hearing feedback and suggestions and that sort of thing in the Discord, so please check out the Discord and also the forums, which is at forum.braceyourselfgames.com. Thanks everybody for coming out. I hope that was useful. I hope that was fun and nice of all of you to hang out, and yeah, till next time, I hope you guys have a good one. Bye.